You're right, guys. What is up? Flambo here, and today I'm bringing you part 3 of my road to glory. Now, I kick off this episode as I did the last, and I go and sign another defender. Now, you're thinking, why buying defenders? Well, I'm happy with Welbeck up top. He's bagging me a few goals, and I was always taught as a player, or I was always told that you should build from the back, so that's what I'm doing. I'm building from the back, so I'm building my defence and hopefully to stop leaking a few more goals. Now, Cathcart is a decent defender. He's only got 68 pace, but he makes up with it in his heading, 80 heading, which is pretty decent for a silver player. So he goes straight to the team. Now, I'm still having issues with people not being able to guess. Well, it's not an issue really, but nobody has guessed the team that I'm building yet. So if you guys again could comment in the section below on what you think the team is that I'm building. I mean, nobody's come close really. One guy has guessed it, but he's actually my friend, and I kind of give him a few clues. But yeah, nonetheless, I've brought a defender and I go in and buy another goalkeeper because my goalkeeper is absolutely awful. I managed to get this goalkeeper very cheap. I know you're going to be thinking cheap at 500 coins and he's a silver goalkeeper, but he was actually on the market for £2,500, and I just got lucky that I went on then and he was on for 500. I mean, I probably waited 2 or 3 games to sign him because I couldn't get him cheap as I wanted him before. Pardon me, I couldn't get him as cheap as I wanted him to before. So so I've signed him, put him straight in the team, and I come up for my first game and I get this guy who's got an all bronze team, and I'm not fearing him, but I'm thinking this is going to be a tough game. And initially it didn't start out to be that way. I mean, I managed to break him down in the middle and score a nice finesse shot with Welbeck. Then not very long after that, I managed to bag another goal from a corner because Welbeck is an absolute beast in the air. And this guy does what most people do from kickoff. He tried to just run it through my whole team. I mean, with the defender system, it ain't really going to happen, but I managed to break him down. I play a nice through ball to Feeney, and Feeney is not going to miss from there. He just powers it in. And then the game took a little bit of a turn for the worse. I mean, there's not much I really could have done about these goals. I mean, the defending could have probably been a tiny little bit better, but I don't think I'd have stopped any of these goals, to be honest with you, because, I don't know, it was just kind of unstoppable. There's goals in FIFA which are hard to defend, and I mean, in corners like that, I mean, my defender should have won the header, but the game, I don't know, I think it kind of glitches at time or whatever, and I just did not win the header. But nonetheless, I can't blame the computer. I can only blame the way I play, as my keeper absolutely fails there on his debut. So he lets 3 in on his debut. It's 3-3. I'm looking to play extra time and penalties, as I will do in all the games. But this guy manages, or he fancies a draw, which I wasn't really happy about. I was raging, and I did send him a message after that to tell him he was a pussy. But never mind. I managed to go and sign an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and you're thinking, Flam, do you have the money to sign this player? And you guys are right, I did not have the money to sign this player, but before I started this series, I had an ultimate team where I just opened all my packs that I got with my ultimate team edition, and I got Oxlade-Chamberlain in the pack, and I didn't want him to go to waste, so I just transferred him over me, because he does fit in with the theme that I'm doing for this series. Now, I'll come up against this team who had a starter pack with 3 silver player and 3 gold players, and I start off, and after 3 minutes, for a debut goal, Makela gets one. He then has another shot which rebounds to Welbeck, and Welbeck is not going to finish. He's not going to miss from there, so that makes it 2-0 after the disappointment of a 3-0 draw, which should have never been a 3-0 draw. I thought at the time when I first watched this that I was going to get one of them goals where I head it straight back, but he managed to get a flick on and just rolls one into the corner, and I don't know what my keeper was doing there. He probably could have caught it. And already after 2 games I wasn't really impressed with my goalkeeper, but a little bit of a tramp goal here. There's nothing else I could have done. I didn't think fast enough to do any kind of skill there, so I just thought I'll take the easy goal. And here comes my first crossed goal of the game. I absolutely fail at crossing. They changed the crossing system completely, and I still have not got to grips to it to this day, and the game's been out for like 19 days now. So 4-1, a nice through ball to Welbeck, who chips the keeper from 22, 23 yards. I mean, I don't know what his keeper was doing there. He'd obviously had enough at 5-1, but I get sloppy. I'm wanting the game to end, and I'm just randomly pressing X. or not X, sorry, I'm playing PlayStation there, Phil. But I randomly pressed the button to try and skip it up to make it go faster, and I pass it out from a goalkeeper, and I don't know why he tramped it, and he probably could have just finished it, but that's what people do on this game. I then have to go into the market to buy a contract for one of my players and straight into another game. I don't change my team, and I come up against this guy who's pretty much obviously brought a starter pack. His chemistry is absolutely awful, and he's probably just brought a few players that he can afford. Nonetheless, it took me 25 minutes to break this guy down as I slot one in the bottom corner with Welbeck there to make the game 1-0. Now, I will urge you guys, if you're starting like a Premiership team or Man United team, to go out and buy Welbeck. He's an absolute beast. He's got loads of pace. He's got 4-star skills, I believe, maybe 3. But his finishing and his finesse shots are absolutely awesome, and as he bags his second of the game. And as I mentioned, or as I've mentioned before, he's got pace and he's got finishing, but he also has heading. You will see in games to come that I finish a fair few corner goals with him as he finesses the last goal of his hat-trick in the top corner to make it 3-0, and he was the difference in that game. I know I just said the guy was awful chemistry, but he wasn't an awful player, as I come out with pretty much no coins there due to the game freezing all the time and my DNF going down. So I have to go and buy another contract. That probably took a third of my coins that I got from the last game, and I come up against this guy who has a all-silver team, I believe. Has an all-silver team, and this guy gave me quite a hard time, as you're going to see now. There's nothing more I could have done in this game. This guy just outplayed me from start to finish. I mean, I don't know if I show the stats at the end, but you'll see that I didn't have much of a chance, as is Jose Fonte bags a header there. I mean, it's just people you come across on the game who sometimes they're just pretty decent at the game. I mean, I believe that I'm an above average FIFA player, but this guy I don't know, maybe it's the formation that cost me, or I don't know, kind of conflicted. He wasn't playing defensive, I don't think, as he gets another header now. I'm pretty disappointed with Cathcart there, who's got 8 heading, but nonetheless, I take my second defeat of the series. It will say 3 due to the freezing scenario, but look, I didn't even get a shot on target there. That is absolutely poor by me. No excuses. I know it was a late night, but nonetheless, if you like the episode and if you want to keep up to this with the series, make sure you leave a comment. A like would be awesome, and a favourite would be awesome. But yeah, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out the 2 videos on the screen now, or I might put 3 on. So yeah, I'm going to put 3 on. I'm going to put a link to my Messi series and to the 2 previous episodes of this. So yeah, cheers guys. I love you all, and thanks a lot for supporting me.